Race about to get underway then. Here we go then for the final time. Green flag, heavyweight race 3 in split 1 is underway, and there's a brilliant launch from Hayden Harris, who tries to go to the outside. Jockey Wilson, Dave Sumner, all 3 of them going for 4th place into turn 2 at the same time, and oh my goodness, Michael Bowles is spun around at the first corner, so Bowles falls right to the back grid. Ash Chivers has a huge launch on everybody as he comes into Christmas corner. And who is that just trailing them there? It looks like Dave Sumner falling a bit back into the pack then. So that looks like Hassan Zafar up to P2, and I think another driver in P3, and then it is Hayden Harris P4 with what looks to be James Clare in P5. Dave Sumner P6, Jockey Wilson P7. Oh, a lot of people with their trying to aggressively point forward at Ash Chivers, which makes a lot of sense when you think about it, because that's the man leading the race. Ash Chivers crosses the line. Hassan Zafar is second, Hayden Harris P3, Colin Marshall P4, so Harris already passed Marshall. Oh, and look at this, James Clare now fancies to go at Colin Marshall. Oh, as we see in the background, Michael Bowles making a position past Paul Walsh. Oh, the leaders coming through Christmas corner now. Lewis Ashforth in a battle with Ben Pickard for P8. So Chivers still leading from Hassan Zafar, but Zafar's starting to close in, and he's dragging his teammate Hayden Harris with him. But it could be every man for himself here. Colin Marshall is still holding on to P4 from James Clare. Then it is Dave Sumner. Jockey Wilson, bit of a gap to Ben Pickard. Ben still ahead of, that looks like Lee Whitney has got in between himself and Lewis Ashforth. So Ashforth not really moving forward in this one like he would have hoped. It looks like the battle very much continuing. Gurney has gotten up to P17 from the back of the grid, but now Ash Chivers has very much been caught by Hassan Zafar. Zafar with that late car change, it certainly doesn't seem to hurt him. Oh, very deep into Christmas corner goes Dave Sumner, and he makes the move to get up to 5th position, and there could be another move going on behind, so James Clare loses 2 positions to 1. There goes Jockey Wilson, complete the move into Ashby. Lee Whitney is now up into P8, I believe, past Ben Pickard, who's also been passed by Lewis Ashforth. But the battle is starting to be joined at the front of the field. Ash Chivers really under pressure now from Hassan Zafar. Zafar would really like to take a win this season, but Ash Chivers having just missed out in race 2. Oh, side-on contact. Hayden Harris being re-overtaken by Colin Marshall. Good move by Marshall. And you can see Ben Pickard being caught a little bit as well by Lewis Jolly and Dave Gaskin. Zafar was briefly ahead, but oh, now he's going to try again. Side-on contact into Ashby between Hassan Zafar and Ash Chivers, and Chivers loses the lead once again. He's back down to 2nd position, but that will not stop him. He is a super heavyweight for a reason, because he is super and a heavyweight. He's Ash Chivers. Oh, you can see Colin Marshall in 3rd closing. Ash Chivers gets the up and under, switches underneath, and gets back into the lead at the final corner through the chicane. Oh, and a big bump. Zafar gets bumped in the back by Colin Marshall. It's getting messy down the straight. Marshall raises his fist. Hayden Harris back into 3rd place, and Dave Sumner now is right behind our top 4. Then it is Jockey Wilson and James Clare still in touching distance, side by side, and another move from Hassan Zafar into Christmas corner past Ash Chivers, and now Hayden Harris is looking to spread the pain, but so too is Colin Marshall. Marshall round the outside of Hayden Harris as they go towards Ashby. That's bold there Hayden Harris just holds on. Colin Marshall could find himself exposed here. Here comes Dave Sumner and Jockey Wilson as well. So a very, very tight fight for the lead here. It is all hanging on the edge of a pinprick here. So Hassan Safar leading Ash Chivers, leading Hayden Harris, leading Colin Marshall, Dave Sumner. Then it is James Clare, Jockey Wilson and James Clare. Oh, but Jockey Wilson goes a little bit wide out the final corner. James Clare might have a run at him for 5th position here. Lee Whitney sets the fastest lap of the race, 102.8, so he's starting to catch here. Oh, are Wilson and Clare going to exchange positions? Not quite. James Clare has to switch to the outside and back off there. Focus on his exit, car 32. That is Jockey Wilson being given a warning for track limits as he desperately fends off James Clare behind him. They're starting to lose ground to Dave Sumner and the top 5 ahead of them. But now Hassan Safar has got the lead. He's still not able to break away from Ash Chivers here. If any of the top 4 win, it'll be a different winner today from the first 2 races, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, did Ash win the first one? Sorry, I forgot about that. So yeah, certainly we have got 3 different candidates for new winner. And one of them is leading at the moment, as we see track limits warning for Clare over the curbs. So Clare's certainly trying to risk it. And I think, oh, has he actually gone ahead of Jockey Wilson? Not quite yet, I don't think. Although he's very close, they're going to Ashby. Lee Whitney starting to catch the pair of them in his black suit, orange helmet. Lee Whitney, who of course was a consistent threat at Sandown Park for victory. Unfortunately got beaten in the end by another driver. As we see, the lead is coming through. So how long have we got left in this one? 4.5 minutes. Hassan Safar pulls a small lead. Hayden Harris is right on the back of Ash Chivers. Dave Sumner is right on the back of Colin Marshall. So Sumner is really lining up the Scotsman here. Marshall to the outside as they go through Ladies Bend and now into Christmas Corner. There we go. Dave Sumner is through on the inside through Christmas Corner. So beautifully set up there on Colin Marshall. Dave Sumner is up to 4th now. Can he get onto the podium for the 2nd race in a row in Split 1? He's certainly hoping that he can. Lee Whitney has already picked off actually James Clare, and he's taking his attentions to Jockey Wilson here. Wilson will have to defend. Oh, Ash Chivers defending too against Hayden Harris. Hayden Harris wants to make a Connecticut Racing Team 1-2 here to end the day, but Ash Chivers looking to deny them. 3.5 minutes left to go, and Hayden Harris is right on the rear bumper of Ash Chivers, trying to force him into a mistake. Dave Sumner now will start to close it, but here we go. Harris has a good run as they go into Manuel Hill and into Christmas Corner. Side by side they go, and Hayden Harris is through into 2nd position behind his teammate of Hassan Safar. And now it is a rerun of the previous race, with Sumner catching up to Chivers here to try and fight for the podium. With 2 minutes 40 left on the clock. Lee Whitney has also picked off Jockey Wilson here. Could Lee Whitney be a shock podium threat now in the dying minutes of this one? 2 minutes 40 left. It is Safar, Harris, Chivers, Sumner, Marshall, Whitney, Wilson, Clare, your top 8, with Ash 4th and Ben Pickard rounding out the top 10. Lewis Jolly and Stuart Roper behind them. Now it looks like James Clare starting to fight Jockey Wilson again. Lewis Ashford starting to count the pair of them too, the more that they duel. So it could get very, very tasty there indeed, but not a lot of time for James Clare to make this move, if indeed he's going to. Desperately wants to sort of show that he is capable of beating Jockey Wilson. He's almost got to look up the inside. He's going up the inside into Ashby. That was a clinical move from James Clare there, and Jockey Wilson has got no response. So that means the P7 has changed hands. And those hands belong to James Clare. Whitney is all over the back of Colin Marshall now, fighting for 5th position. Lee Whitney is absolutely flying out there. But now he's got to pick them off one by one, and he's only got 90 seconds before checkered flag will wave out, and we will start the final lap of the race. Zafar looking calm in command, 101.6. Harry and Harris goes even faster. Oh, and up the inside goes Lee Whitney into oblivion, and Crooks, so he's got through into 5th position. Next target, Dave Sumner. We're not used to seeing Dave Sumner overtaken from behind, but could Lee Whitney be one of the few to do it so far this season? Michael Bowles has picked off Saul Gregory for P15. Gregory's plummet through the order continues, sadly. So far looking good. 40 seconds left on the clock. Whitney has really started to gain on Dave Sumner. Sumner looking behind him. He's almost forgotten about Ash Chivers in 3rd in front of him. And it's now just a case of keeping Lee Whitney at bay. 25 seconds to go. Here comes Hassan Savar to start the final lap of the race. Hayden Harris still P2, Ash Chivers P3, and here comes Lee Whitney looking up the inside into oblivion. Dave Sumner shuts the door firmly, but leaves the door open through Crooks and into Ladies Bend. Into Christmas Corner they come. Lee Whitney is through to P4. Dave Sumner now might be under threat from Colin Marshall as well to hold on to P5. Michael Bowles, Saul Gregory side by side with Harry Gurney right behind them as well. Great fight outside the top 10 there. That is all for P15. Oh, and that is Dave Sumner defending off Colin Marshall by going around the outside there. It looks like James Clare might have a last gasp go at Colin Marshall here, but it's our two leaders from the Connecticut Racing Team coming to the line now. It will be Hassan Zafar that wins ahead of Hayden Harris. Ash Chivers rounds out the podium from Lee Whitney in a brilliant 4th. Dave Sumner is 5th. Then it is going to be Colin Marshall just beating James Clare to P6. Jockey Wilson will take P8, and Lewis Ashforth must settle for B9, with Ben Pickard holding on to the final top 10 spot ahead of Lewis Jolly and Stuart Roper. Dave Gaskin will take P13 ahead of Andy Laister. Then it will be, oh my goodness, Harry Gurney gets up to P15. Great moves on the final lap on both Michael Bowles and Saul Gregory, who finished 16th and 17th respectively. Chris Shield will take 18th. Paul Walsh, our photographer, will end the day in 19th. And Scott Woozy will be our final finisher over the line in P20.
Okay, we are joined by Hassan Zafar, the final interview of the day. How does it feel to be last?
Feels just like normal. I'm always last. Yeah.
Says the guy who won heavyweight split one, race 3. Yeah. So talk us through your win.
Well, it feels great to finally get a win. I mean, I've had some awful luck today. That's what I'll say. But it's all just drivers' excuses, isn't it? But yeah, it was all about getting a good start. Got the moves done at the start, and then just caught up to the leader and got the move done. That's all about.
Pretty sensible victory to end our day. Have you had a good day here at EKS?
Yeah, it's been fun. I've enjoyed the rentals and Whilton. It's been a great track. But yeah, it was great.
I've never seen the Whilton rentals before. They look fairly solid. Intriguing, yeah, like D-Maxes, but they don't move. That sort of thing. Fake D-Maxes. Anyway, thank you much for joining us. We've had loads of interviews today, I think. Yeah, you're in the outro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Explosions.
Thank you very much.